Buterin disses Cardano ADA and the founder. Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, had little to say about Cardano and Hoskinson. The two had a tumultuous relationship, to say the least. During a conversation with Lex Fridman on a podcast, it appears that Vitalik Buterin has stated that they've reached an agreement. But what does this agreement mean to Ethereum and Cardano? Will Cardano benefit from this? Stay tuned as we uncover the mystery for you. Hi Cardano lovers, welcome to Cardano Land, your daily dose of Cardano. If you're interested in everything around Cardano, this is the place for you. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for us to provide you with more Cardano news. And let us know in the comments how much you think Cardano will cost next year. Let's get to it. Note that the prices of cryptocurrencies change frequently, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The content in this video is for educational purposes only, and hence should not be considered as financial advice. All the financial decisions should be made after doing your own research. This week, Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin spoke honestly about his relationship with Cardano founder and Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson on Lex Fridman's podcast. Buterin founded Ethereum at the age of 19 and collaborated with 8 developers in the early stages of the project, one of which being Charles Hoskinson. However, as Ethereum grew in popularity, Hoskinson and Buterin couldn't agree on the project's course. Buterin intended Ethereum to remain a non-profit corporation with a decentralized open-source governance model. Hoskinson, on the other hand, desired to accept venture financing and establish a for-profit company. As a result, Charles Hoskinson left Ethereum in June 2014. Hoskinson started a new initiative with old colleague Jeremy Wood after taking a break from cryptocurrency and blockchain for several months. They collaborated on blockchain systems for clients as a result of this. Cardano, which contains its native ADA coin, was, of course, their main project. Buterin told Fridman that he'd heard from Hoskinson's friends and family that Charles has certainly developed and evolved in a lot of areas. 2021 Charles is extremely different from 2014 Charles, Buterin continued. And I'm sure 2021 Vitalik is extremely different from 2014 Vitalik. The co-founder of Ethereum also stated that the two had proven their distinct approaches. Whereas Ethereum relies on heuristic arguments, Cardano relies on scholarly proofs. Hoskinson and the IOHK team are doing some interesting stuff, according to Buterin. Because proof-of-stake currencies like Cardano are so popular now, it's intriguing to hear Buterin speak about his old colleague, especially now that Ethereum 2.0 is on the horizon. As more investors prefer proof-of-stake to proof-of-work, its release is expected to boost Ethereum and Cardano's popularity. In an apparent dig at Cardano, the crypto project led by former Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson, Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin told podcaster Lex Fridman that deep intellectual rigor is overrated. Buterin added on the podcast, which was posted to YouTube on Friday, that such programs really emphasize having these massive academic arguments for everything. Ethereum tends to be more okay with heuristic arguments, in part because it's striving to do more faster, Buterin added. Buterin uses the term heuristics to refer to problems that are solved with practical solutions rather than theoretically perfect equations. Updates to Cardano, on the other hand, must be approved by a stringent academic committee that examines each change. Cardano, according to Hoskinson, outperforms Ethereum in terms of design. When he was constructing Ethereum in 2013, he said his opinions made him unpopular among the project's engineers. A lot of people in the Ethereum ecosystem hate me, Hoskinson told Decrypt in 2019. They accuse me of being a monster who only got engaged because I wanted to harm Ethereum. Buterin explained that he selected heuristics over rigorous academic research since scholars frequently overlook the most serious flaws. He gave an example of a failure outside the model, selfish Bitcoin mining, in which miners conspire to keep newly minted blocks hidden from the public blockchain, releasing them later in a private network, where scarcity leads to higher profitability. Cornell researchers Emin Gunsira and Ite Ayal first found selfish mining in a 2013 article, 4 years after Bitcoin was published. Researchers such as Satoshi Nakamoto, the developer of Bitcoin, was unaware of the issue. In the end, you'll never be able to adequately express what you're attempting to accomplish in informal language, Buterin stated. This is the main revelation of the AI safety people. It's akin to the paperclip maximizer scenario, in which a super intelligent AI is asked to create as many paperclips as possible in the future. Humans made up of atoms are wonderful feed for paperclips. Therefore, the machine decides to extinguish humankind. Buterin believes that even the most meticulous designs fail to account for such errors. He's given a large sum of money to groups that work to promote AI safety, including billions of dollars in meme tokens. Charles Hoskinson responded to Buterin via video from his hotel room in Miami, where he and Buterin are attending the Bitcoin 2021 conference this weekend. Hoskinson explained, "I just happen to believe that the way we do things is a little more mature and responsible because the way we do things results in a higher assurance that the systems we construct won't fail," Hoskinson explained, adding that if things go wrong, users' money and privacy are at risk. If development was rushed and adoption surged to the point that adjustments couldn't be made, he warned, the program would be tragically and brutally flawed. As an example, Hoskinson cited the 346 persons murdered in Boeing 737 disasters in 2018 and 2019. The disasters, he said, demonstrate how software failure may have fatal repercussions and why precision in technical design is so vital. The disasters, according to a New York Times analysis, were caused by regulatory flaws rather than technological flaws. Cardano, according to Hoskinson, will continue to its guiding philosophy of evidence-based software, which is based on academic peer review processes conducted through conferences. However, he believes that Vitalik and his friends' protocols will eventually prevail. Cardano has a short-term price forecast of $3 to $4 on Crypto Capo. His long-term price target, on the other hand, is $30. As of June 15th, ADA was selling at roughly $1.58, down 13.9% in the last 24 hours. Despite this, ADA is still up 708.8% year-to-date. After a significant downturn since June 3rd, the price of Cardano reached a low on June 12th. On June 13th, a higher high signified the start of a fresh uptrend. While the rally has begun to take shape, there's no guarantee that it will continue to rise. Furthermore, on-chain measurements show that ADA will face significant opposition as it rises. After a 28% sell-off since June 3rd, Cardano prices set two swing lows on June 12th and 13th at $1.356 and $1.4 respectively. While ADA has gained about 13% in the last 12 hours, it still has to close decisively above the 50% Fibonacci retracement line at $1.636 to have a chance at these swing highs of $1.833 or $1.949. Cardano's price is now trading between a supply zone that spans $1.525 to $1.624. The bulls will face the biggest opposition in this range, which might possibly bring the upsurge to a halt. If ADA fails to break over this barrier, the stock may fall to the support level of $1.451. The so-called Ethereum killer might retest the swing low at $1.322 if the selling pressure continues. Into the blocks in/out of the money around price IOMAP model, which reveals stacking resistance levels of underwater investors, is supporting this downturn. Approximately 408,000 addresses acquired about 6.16 billion ADA coins between $1.57 and $1.71. If the Cardano price climbs, these investors will be out of the money and may wish to sell to break even. As a result, a spike in positive momentum in the short term will not be enough to break through this thicket of underwater investors. Furthermore, over the last month, the number of fresh addresses joining the Cardano network has decreased from 79,500 to 27,560. This 65% drop implies that investors are either reallocating their capital or recording profits because they're not interested in ADA at present prices. On the other hand, if ADA bulls can break through $1.636, the bearish argument will be debunked and a fresh rise will begin. In that event, Cardano's price may rise 11% to $1.833, the swing high. Reaching this level opens the way to $1.949, the range high, and $2.037, the resistance level. And with that, it's time to end the video. We hope the session was informative. Do let us know in the comment section below, and make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time at Cardano Land.